Welcome to Aurelius Whitlock's Murder Museum.
I'm Marcus Richardson.
And I'm Nathan Hicken.
And it is time for the perpetually rusty, never accustomed to this, 2 years in, feel like we're starting fresh every single time. It's time for another murder. And I am curating once more.
Heck yes.
Nathan, do you ever feel powerful when you're curating?
A little sense of omniscience, omnipresence, where you hold all the pieces. It's pretty good, but I also enjoy being taken for a ride. So, you know.
The nice thing about being the curator is you get to sort of take credit for the cleverness of a detective. You're like, yes, you've solved my little riddle.
Exactly as I had planned.
Exactly, and no one needs to know what the real plan was. But yeah, usually at this point, we would start with mini murders, mini mysteries to get us warmed up. This time, instead, we have an announcement, which is in a few weeks' time, about 3 weeks from the time of us recording this, The Rise of the Golden Idol, the detective video game that Nathan and I have gotten the chance to work on, is coming out on Steam and on consoles and on everything.
Woo!
We are very excited about this, and to celebrate it coming out, we're going to have access to a couple of Steam codes for the game that we would like to give out to people. But how, you say, can you get one of these elusive codes? We have an idea. We want to have a little competition on our Discord where all of you can write, if you so choose, mini mysteries, mini murders with the solutions spoiler tagged so people can't see them, and you can interact with each other and look at them. But we will record a podcast where we go through those, and we will pick a couple of our favorites, and you'll be the ones that we give a free code to The Rise of the Golden Idol. So if you are at all interested, in the next couple weeks, we'll have a Discord channel where you can participate in that. We're really excited to see what you guys come up with, because every time we have a fan of the show make anything, usually our reaction is, holy cow, that was really, really good. So we're very excited.
Absolutely. The bar is pretty low as well. So as long as you don't include any obscure references to how alcohol reacts with car engines, I think we're good.
Yeah, gosh. Actually, I'll say you might get special brownie points from me if you find something even more esoteric than that for your mini mystery. If you have like a specific profession or field of study that there's like a fact that you know that no one else would, I don't know, it could be fun. It would not be fun to do, but it would be fun conceptually.
It would be like listening to Lateral with Tom Scott, but without the question curator. So we couldn't ask questions. We're just trying to figure out on our own the special rule that applies.
Exactly. Yeah. And what could be more fun than two guys just shooting in the dark, having no clue. Yeah, well, look forward to that. We might do that in the middle of this exhibit. We might do it after this exhibit finishes. But speaking of exhibit,
Ooh.
Nathan, are you ready?
Marcus, I'm so ready for this. I've been waiting.
It has been too long. All right, let us begin. Of all the rooms, corridors, and foyers you've seen in the Murder Museum, this is undoubtedly the most boring. You're in a smallish room with unadorned white walls, low lighting, a cement floor, and exposed rafters overhead. In the center of the room is a small table with a glass skull and paper forms. There's a stack of picture frames on the floor as well, and there was a sign outside the room when Aurelius led you here, which is now completely obvious. Work in progress. This is your first time back at the museum since Aurelius Whitlock confiscated your pocket Watson and traded it for a pamphlet still in your possession titled Navigating Your Probation, A Patron's Guide Back to Good Standing. You sense a slight tenseness to the Epinus curator, but he flashes you a grin and speaks. Well, Nathan, your actions are hardly justifiable, but I believe in second chances. And honestly, Pocket Watson should have kept you out of the darker corners of the museum. I could if people even remembered I'm here. Aurelius continues. So we've made a slight, elegant modification to your pocket watch. He hands you back your Pocket Watson, with the cover removed.
Oh, so I can't close them.
And now I can keep an eye on you whether or not you ask me for hints. No more shenaniganery, I say.
Aw, dang it.
Yes, no more shenaniganery. Murder is a serious business, after all. This upcoming exhibit should be an excellent, low-impact place for you to spend some time. It is necessary work, though. Remember that. All very essential. Perhaps you'll prove yourself and we'll get you back on to some of the more involved mysteries here, but until then, enjoy your time in the as-of-yet unnamed gallery.
Ooh.
Aurelius nods curtly and strides out of the room.
I feel a little chastised.
And the time is yours. You're in this room in the museum.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want it known that I didn't give any lip back to Aurelius, even though I was thinking just a little bit, and it was totally worth it, this probation. So, I just want that on the record. I guess, first of all, I should take a look at this pamphlet that I have. What exactly it says I have to do.
You look at your pamphlet, and it's pretty generic. It basically says, don't think of probation as a punishment. Think of it as a fresh start. Think to yourself, what kind of patron do I want to be? Now's your chance to start your relationship with the wonderful Murder Museum anew.
Oh, what kind of patron do I want to be? I'm going to write this down because it could be important later. Okay, at least just for self-reflection. Okay.
As you're observing this pamphlet, the letters start to vibrate and then shift. The letters move in kind of a word soup, an alphabet soup, until it spells out in kind of random letters scattered from throughout the pamphlet. In the middle of the paper, it says something that I will send to you.
Sorry, Paperboy. What? What? Am I Paperboy? Is Aurelius Whitlock Paperboy?
You feel the hair on the back of your neck stand up.
Well, that's creepy. Nothing else on this from the gibberish? Oh, there's more.
These words constantly shift and become new words.
Oh.
So feel free to say them out loud as you see them.
Okay. Sorry, Paperboy. Probation's no fun. I am Paperboy. Dang. Okay. That's on us, I think. Is this Grassman? Because I only got... Or it's whoever led me into the basement, I guess. Because there've been some weird sign word message things before. I'm a friend of GM, Grassman, I assume. Okay, it's not Grassman themselves, but a friend. I hope it's not the Woozle. If you're a friend, what's your name? Oh, it answered back. I'm not in the habit of giving out my name, but I owe you something. So how about a riddle? I have a really good riddle. Oh, this is spooky. I feel like Harry Potter speaking to Tom Riddle's diary, which I don't know if this is gonna end well, but I'm all in. I can't remember it, so here's a different one. Forgive me, and then, when memories end, last letter suspend and change fiend to a friend. That's my name. What? That's your name? Forgive me. Okay.
You hear a clearing of the throat.
Sorry, Pocket Watson. I assume he wants to see what I'm doing, so I hold him up.
Tell your dog to go away.
Tell my dog, or are you speaking to the paper?
I'm talking to you, Nathan.
Tell my dog to go away?
He was not invited.
But he could be invited. No! The paper just said I'm out.
The letters shift back to the "So you're on probation" pamphlet that it was a moment ago.
Oh. Watson, you know who that was?
I reckon I do.
Are you going to tell me, or am I still in too much trouble?
I wouldn't tell you even if you weren't in trouble. We try not to encourage ne'er-do-wells gallivanting about the museum.
But
He's an interesting case. Difficult to spot, but I have a knack for it now.
what? So is he like me?
He's a dog. I think I said that.
Oh, I thought that was just you were just calling him a dog. Like, that dog. Well, this riddle, forgive. Later, paperboy.
In the bottom of the page, you see the small message as the last letters click back into place.
Okay, so I'll see this enigmatic dog again. Forgive me, and then, when memories end, last letter suspend, and change a fiend to a friend. Oh, okay. I guess it spells out a name. Okay, I'll be puzzling on this.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. No pressure to figure it out now.
Oh, okay. So, mysterious pamphlet with a mysterious dog trying to contact me. I love it. Okay, I noticed the glass skull. That's screaming intrigue. I mean, is it Indiana Jones? Is this an alien thing? What's going on?
I was very careful not to say crystal skull. There's nothing crystal about this skull. You go up to it, and it's more of a kind of a paperweight, basically. It's holding down a form.
What's the form?
You look, and at the top of the form, it says MDTA signifier. There's a blank space. It hasn't been filled in yet.
NDT.
And it lists some tasks. It says, Task 1, organize vignettes chronologically to form a stronger narrative link.
Oh, organize vignettes. Okay.
2, discover murderer.
Oh, okay.
And at the bottom of the form, it has a place where it says, blank killed blank. There is a pen on the table as well.
Blank killed blank. Oh my gosh. This is so meta. I'm solving a murder inside a podcast where Okay. Got it. So I assume the vignettes have to tie to these stack of frames then on the ground.
Yes, they're currently face down, but as you turn the first one over, you see it's an impressionistic painting of a loft apartment living room overlooking a city skyline at night. And there's a body on the ground.
Oh.
As you evaluate it, you feel a familiar sensation. Everything goes white. Suddenly, you're in the room standing over the body.
Okay.
What would you
Hey,
like to
I
do?
This is super cool. I thought I was going to have to just arrange it on the wall. Okay. It's night. I want to examine the body first. How did this person die? Who is it?
The body looks like a woman in her early 30s. She has a bob of short black hair and dark skin. She's wearing sweatpants and a hoodie, but also has dangling hoop earrings.
Okay.
As you get closer, her clothes are a bit damp and she smells like alcohol.
Oh.
There's blood pooling around her head, and you can see a wound to the temple and some slight cuts. It looks like blunt force trauma to the temple.
I'm going to check her pockets.
As you reach for her pockets, your fingers can't quite get purchase on the pocket.
What? Pocket Watson, what is this?
I believe the curator said a low-impact exhibit.
Oh,
That means minimal interaction unless strictly necessary.
dang it. Okay. Well, in that case, I guess I'll look around the apartment.
You begin looking around. There is a knock at the door.
Oh. Can I open the door?
You reach for the doorknob, and your hand phases through the doorknob.
Whoa. Okay.
The knocking continues, though, and you hear a voice. Gemma? The voice is feminine and has a distinct accent, which I will not try to replicate. Gemma, I hear yelling. I heard yelling. Are you okay? It's so quiet in there. It sounds like she tries the doorknob again, but it's clear that the door is locked. She mutters something in a language you don't understand.
Oh. She's not okay. She's very much not okay. Any response?
There's no response.
Okay. I look out the window. Is the skyline recognizable, like Eiffel Tower or Statue of Liberty?
Good question. You see mostly modern skyscrapers. You see some video billboards.
Okay.
You see a date flash across one of them that says 9 o'clock, October 31st.
Oh. It's Halloween. Heck yeah.
And as you squint and look at road signs, you see some spellings that might be unfamiliar to you. You see Donwi Moon. You see Sodemun.
Is this... Am I in South Korea? I'm not an expert, but I metagaming a little bit. I do know Marcus spent some time there, so curious. Okay. Can I see any signs of intrusion or the blunt force object?
Around the body, you find some glass shards.
Okay. Glass shards. Are these like... Do they look like bottle shards or colored glass?
Yes, you find the label. It looks like this is a wine bottle.
Oh, a wine bottle. Is there wine on the ground too, or was it an empty wine bottle?
There was at least some liquid in it because the body is wet, and there's some of the carpet is wet as well.
Ah. Oh, she smells like alcohol because she got smashed over the head with a wine bottle. I see. Okay. Does the door look like the door is locked because the person couldn't get in? Any other sign of entry?
There is nothing discernible. Maybe the corner of the rug is pulled up. There was maybe a scuffle, and there might be a way to tell that.
Okay.
But I don't think there'd be any way to tell if there was forced entry or not.
Okay.
As you're looking around the living room, you also see a shelf that has some more wine bottles. You see a little plaque of sorts on a shelf. But otherwise, this looks like a pretty sparse apartment. It's like a cross between a loft apartment and a hotel room. It's like a short time stay kind of place.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm going to go check out that plaque. Curious.
It's a circular slab of quartz that has a small plaque on it, and it says, Alas Poor Yorick, first place 2014.
Alas Poor Yorick. Alas. Okay, so that's Hamlet. 2014? It's an award. Is this for someone playing Hamlet really well? Or interesting? Okay.
Yeah, it's unusual in that it's very small and flat and not very impressive looking as far as an award goes.
That's suspicious. I handle it. I twist it around to see if it opens a secret door.
For the first time, you're able to touch this. You can pick it up, and it is a physical object.
Interesting. Anything on the back?
Not that you can see, no.
Just a little plaque. Okay. I will keep this. Alas, poor Yorick. Okay. Next, I suppose the shelf with wine bottles.
You look through them, and I'm not sure if there would be anything you're able to really discern besides the person who had
Okay.
this apartment would drink.
Okay. But there's no murderer hiding inside any of the little slots. Got it.
Not that you see, but as you're looking at the wine bottles, you hear someone shout something again in a language that you do not understand outside the door.
Oh.
And then suddenly, you're back in the murder museum
Oh,
holding
okay.
the picture frame.
And I'm not holding the plaque anymore.
You look down and you have the plaque in your other hand.
What? Okay. I just stole.
Pocket Watson. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, Pocket Watson, what's going on?
Well, we have a rather scrambled gallery here. You've got a whole stack to go through. I suppose the question for you is, which one shall we go to next?
As a patron of the arts, lover of theater, and owner of the complete BBC Shakespeare Collection DVD box set, I am humbled by this opportunity to broadcast my opinions to the masses. This, my commensatory review, will be of Star Foam Theatre's staging of As You Like It. Word on the street is that this is their first performance of their Year of Spear series, a clunky wordplay that hurts as much to write as it does to say. So I was intrigued to see if their initial performance was up to snuff. Well, I can report that they made it their own, but in the way that a middle school hoodlum makes their own lunch money from a poor dweeb's pocket, Starfoam's staging rendered Shakespeare's work almost unrecognizable, reskinning the bard's masterpiece as an 80s movie-style romp. An interesting choice, but I like my theater the way I like my steak. Well done, without dubious experimentation. Ugh. Despite the 80s gimmick, the cast still waffled through their lines in a weak attempt at RP, or the Queen's English. What I heard sounded more like a Frenchman, imitating an American, imitating an Australian, with a dash of Scottish brogue. Well, I suppose dialect coaches are hard to come by these days, what with the economy and all. As far as acting goes, imagine a varsity team and a little league playing on the same field. A few players carried the game, and a few players really dropped the ball. Gemma Shaylock's rendition of Rosalind was genuinely delightful, though most of her supporting cast could not keep up with her spunk and dynamism. Unfortunately, I cannot endorse attending this performance. It is with a sad heart that I must report that As You Like It was not, in fact, how I like it. E. Canill, The Waveland Report.